Okay, so you wish to create a model action figure, a model of Jennifer Lawrence. She's 5 feet 9 inches tall, and you want to use a 1 to 24 unitless scale. How tall will the action figure be? Now you don't, they didn't really need to say unitless here, because if it says 1 to 24 and they don't have units associated, it's unitless. So first we need to convert 5 feet 9 inches to 5.75 feet. 9 inches is 3/4 of 12 inches. You could do that with the proportion, you could do that with dimensional analysis. You know the relationship between inches and feet. So you should be able to do that. Actually, this was a bad choice because the answer will be some small fraction of a foot. We could do that. So maybe we should just take 5.75 feet and convert it to inches instead. 69 inches, which would be, how would we do that, right? Let's look at that. Well, we just take 5 times 12 is 60 plus 9, right? So that's how we get 69. So here's the unitless scale. Because we're dealing with inches, we're going to make this unitless inch to inch. Inches cancel, that's what makes it unitless. So set up a proportion, cross multiply and divide. So the model figure would be 2.875 inches tall. And that'd be a 1 to 24 scale. Okay, so here's our example that we're going to work with. It says, navigation has been made much easier and safer with the advent of GPS and depth sounders. Still, there are many more variables and dangers involved in driving a car. So here is a scale model from this island to this point. So from this island here to the open ocean there. And it says these coastal charts, you can see they have depths in them and everything. They provide excellent detail for coastal navigation for all but the smallest of harbors, at a scale of 1 to 40,000 to 1 to 80,000. Obviously, these are unitless. The scale above is 1 to 60,000, and the distance, the red line, is 3 3/8 of an inch. So that's the model, right? So I'm going to set up the proportion here. Watch your units. Hit pause, try to set this up. So there's our proportion. There's our two ratios. The first one is given to us. That's the scale. And then we were given inches for the red line. And we want to know, in this case, we can't just do miles because the scale is not 1 inch per 60,000 miles. It's unitless. So if I have inches here, that's why I made these inches here. If I would have had 3 3/8 feet here, that red line, I would have made this 1 foot to 60,000 feet equals 3 3/8 feet to X feet. But I don't. I'm stuck with what I have. So now I'm going to cross multiply and divide, and you should be able to do that. And I'll put it up. So I'm getting 202,500 inches. But it wants to know that. Okay, so we have our 202,500 inches, and we're going to turn inches into miles. I can't do it directly. I don't know how many inches there are in a mile. So we'll do it. I'll use dimensional analysis on there because you need to know that. So I'm going to take this. $202,500, and that's inches. and multiply it by 1 foot over 12 inches. And then as the inches cancel, then I want the feet to go away, so they better be in the denominator. (5,280 feet) is the same as 1 mile. So now I can just put this in my calculator, because now the feet cancel. Put this right in my calculator. And you can see what you get. And I'm getting 3.2 miles. And being that I actually know these waters here, I actually live right there, and I know these waters, I know that to be correct. Okay. Okay, so here we're going to convert a scale model, which is a 1 to 24 unit list, to inches per 1 foot. When they say per foot, they mean 1 foot. So there's our original 1 to 24. I'm going to start with inches, because it's easy to convert inches to feet. So that's the same as the 1 inch to 2 feet. But I want to go to 1 foot because I want inches per foot, right? So I cross multiply and divide, and I'm get 1 divided by 2, which is 1/2 inch. So the 1 to 24 scale is equivalent to 0.5 inches per foot. Sometimes you need to go back and forth between these scales. So it says here, an architectural scale is 1 to 60 unitless scale. Determine the scale in inches per, I put 1 foot there. So you get that in your mind, all right? So I'm going to start with the 1 inch to 60 inches. And that's going to equal X inches, or it's going to equal 1 inch to how many feet. And I'm just going to turn 60 divided by 12 when I get 5 feet. Or you could do it by dimensional analysis or however you want, turning 60 inches into 1 foot. So let me put that up there for you. All right, just so how you get how I did that. I went 1 inch to 60 inches. Why did I use inches? Because I'm going to convert inches to feet here. And now there's my conversion, inches to feet. 60 inches times 1 foot over 12 inches. The inches cancel. 60 divided by 12 is 5, right? So now I need one more ratio, one more proportion, because I want to convert inches to 5 feet to some fractional amount of inches per 1 foot. So think about how I'm going to set that up. Okay, so there's the setup. 1 inch to 5 feet is X inches to 1 foot, cross multiply, right? And then divide, and I get 1/5. You don't have to change that into 0.2. It's just the scale is 1/5 of an inch, because they were X inches that I was solving for. 1/5 of an inch per foot. So that's, a lot of times architects will use this, but then it would be scaled so that if you're looking at plans for something, it's scaled that way. And we'll come back for our last little video.